Hey there! Have you heard so much about machine learning, deep learning, AI, artificial intelligence, that you're not even sure anymore how to call it? Should we really talk about artificial intelligence? Well, we'll clear it up in this video. All right, so should we even talk about artificial intelligence? This is becoming more and more important because we have so many applications out there that talk about AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and so on. But on the other hand, it's becoming more and more controversial. Just in April, the European Union proposed a new regulation on AI in Europe to make sure that it's not used for anything harmful. And of course, it's targeting things like facial recognition, biometrics, and also other things, profiling, and so on. So AI is becoming more controversial, and at the same time, it has a lot of great benefits. So this raises the question, should we talk about artificial intelligence? Just a few months ago, there was a big buzz going around because a woman called Kate Crawford from Microsoft was quoted in an article of The Guardian saying, AI is neither artificial nor is it intelligent. And essentially what she was saying was that when the general public talks about AI and artificial intelligence, what they are talking about is things that are much more than just the actual neural network that performs the task that you and me might call AI. For example, if somebody orders toilet paper from Alexa, they're thinking they're interacting with an AI, but in reality, it's the box that with the microphone, it's the box with the speakers, and yes, there's a neural network in there that understands what you're saying or interprets what you're saying. There's some voice synthesis in there, there's some NLP, but this triggers a whole lot of other processes in a global supply chain that is eventually will get you the toilet paper to deliver to your door. So this is what she means when she's saying artificial intelligence is not artificial. It's actually involving a lot of humans in the loop. And also she's saying it's not intelligent. Why isn't it intelligent? Well, what machines are doing is they're just performing a task very efficiently. And in recent years, machine learning and deep learning has advanced so much that much more things are possible today than they were possible previously. But there's no intelligence behind it. Nothing is understanding really what you're saying. It's just interpreting the things and in the end, automating it. So in the end, it's about automating things much more efficient and much more accurately than ever before. And video analytics is a great example of this. Video analytics analyzes the video and it automates watching the video stream all the time. But in the end, it's just extracting information and it cannot make the decision for you. It's not intelligent. And just like the supply chain from Amazon, when we talk about AI and video analytics, it's not the actual neural network that we usually talk about. It's the whole application, which doesn't really make sense because as we covered in the previous video analytics involves much more than the neural network. It involves detection, which is done by a neural network. It involves tracking, which is usually done without the neural network, and reasoning, which is basically an engineering task to interpret the data and trigger actions based on it. So no, it's not intelligent. And also video analytics that are AI or that are based on AI, the actual AI part is super, super small and the whole application around it is so much more. What the advances in machine learning did bring, however, in recent years, it's a democratization of computer vision. Just 10 years or 15 years ago, you really needed to have a PhD to be able to do things like detecting a person and tracking a person. And this is not necessary anymore. Today, any school kid can really go online, take a tool from Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and develop a very simple pipeline that detects a person and even tracks a person. So basically anybody can do it. It's democratized. But what we shouldn't forget is that it's still very difficult, maybe even more than before, to build actual products out of it. Because to take something that needs so much processing power as neural networks and put them into a product and make them scalable, that's super, super hard. Just think about things like automatic load balancing, automatically making sure that these cameras are analyzed and the other cameras are analyzed at the same time, not overloading the server. Making sure that that this works in a distributed manner if you have distributed sites, for example. And our video surveillance projects are getting bigger and bigger, so this is becoming even more important than ever before. So while the actual detection of things is democratized and becomes easier, the actual productization is becoming much more difficult. And I haven't even talked about the legal aspect of it, licensing of data sets, licensing of online tools, all these kind of things. That's all very nice if you're playing around with it. Once you get to a product, you realize that's a completely different story. So going back to the beginning, should we talk about AI, on artificial intelligence, with this term? I would say yes, if everybody's agreeing and knows what the limitations are. If you have dealt a little bit in this industry, you know it, and it's fine. I mean, it's fine to talk about AI, but if we talk about AI in a more general sense with the public of people that do not have the technical background, I would rather recommend not to use the word artificial intelligence because it might suggest some intelligence that is not there. Let's rather talk about intelligent automation, because this is what it actually does. It automates stuff much more efficiently than ever before, making our lives easier, making our customers' lives much easier. And this is what machine learning can do. And this is what it does so efficiently and so much better than ever before. So let's call it intelligent automation, short IA, and not confuse the general public. One final word though, it doesn't matter if we call it AI or we call it IA or we call it something else. What is important is that we realize those are tools to make the lives of humans easier. And it's super important to make sure to always keep the human in the loop. There is no intelligence in AI, and hence we shouldn't let it make any decisions. Let's always make sure that the human makes the decisions. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. This was super quick and an overview of if we should talk about AI and what do we mean when we talk about artificial intelligence. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to subscribe because we need those subscribers. And otherwise, see you next time.